My mind has been racing this morning. Someone left a comment and the first word was remember. Now, I do not remember the rest of their comment because immediately reading it, I was like, this doesn't sound like something I would remember. So I thought maybe they accidentally left a spoiler. I don't know. But what I remember, what I do know is my mind immediately was going back to the beginning of the miniseries, trying to hold on to and remember what the show presented to us at the very, very beginning. So I looked up the text at the beginning of the show, and it was just reminding myself, like, okay, so man created the Cylons, and then one day the Cylons decided to destroy their overlords, to destroy mankind, and eventually we reached some kind of peace, and the Cylons left to go on their merry way, make their own home out in the world, and there was like 40 years-ish of peace. They had this little meeting place where we could come and we could meet, and the Cylons never sent anyone, and this is the time when they evolved. It took on the form of man. If you want to lean into the religion of it, maybe God made them in the image of man. I don't know. But then they came back and they again, and much more successfully, decided to wipe out 12 planets of humanity. That is the story as I know it. And yeah, okay, the show has done a really, really great job, especially this season, of really drilling down on issues and questions of morality and how we should approach treating the Cylons, especially because there's some of them like Sharon Agathon that we love and we really care about, and right, so like we start humanizing the enemy, but let's not forget they are the enemy. I don't know. This show is so good, and I absolutely love it. I love that it makes me think about things. I love that I don't always know what I think, because this is gray, this is messy, and it's really rewarding and fulfilling for me to think about these issues in the context of this show and this universe. Anyway, we're already on episode 8 of season 3, so let's dive into it right now. In the
cannot
beginning,
play God, then wash your hands of the things that you've created. The day comes when you can't hide from the things that you've done anymore.
What the heck? It feels wholly appropriate that I was thinking about that this morning. What in the world? What is this episode about?
Till you're ready to act like the man that I've known for the past 30 years.
Who are you, sir?
The Valkyrie. This was Adama's command before Galactica?
Mm-hmm. This year marks Admiral Adama's 45th anniversary in the Colonial Fleet.
Is he the hero? Because he really is, man.
Admiral a medal for 45 years of devoted service.
Give the people something to feel good about for a change.
Yeah.
Set condition 1 throughout the ship. This is not a drill.
Looks like a pursuit, and there's been weapons exchange between them.
Pursuit.
I wonder why.
This is Bulldog.
What?
What the fuck is that? Target in range.
Where's that coming from?
It's the Raider, sir.
It's clearly the Raider, but huh? Who's Bulldog?
Have them escort the Raider in.
Who is Bulldog? How did he get in the Raider? Where did he come from? What's his story? Is it possible there's still pockets of humanity out in the wild, in the universe, that we don't know about yet? And if it's possible, is it plausible? Ew. Oh, yeah. Okay, dude, that's the slimy dude that we saw at in the very first shot. Makes sense, as he's been birthed. Hey, Dixon from Alias. Okay, sorry. He has a real name. Carl Lumbee? Wow. How did he find them?
Is it really you, sir?
I think he's the one who should have that question. No. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, they have a history.
We may never have this opportunity again. And you understand, Commander, that this conversation did not happen.
Got some Black Ops.
There's only one pilot I trust.
That's him.
Whatever they did to him out there, they kept him fed and relatively healthy.
Was he like in prison? Captive by the Cylons?
The enemy had me locked in a cell for 3 years. The accommodations were lousy. The service was slow. And after a while, I felt the institution no longer had anything to offer me.
I love him. What a great attitude.
How'd you get out?
A while ago, they all started getting sick. I mean, really sick. I was smart.
The determination in his eyes. Wow.
You're looking good.
Thanks, 3.
Strong. Me, I felt better.
You know what I think?
I think you're afraid.
Lucy's performance here is top tier. Yes. Wow. He clocked her better than I thought.
About a year prior to the Cylon attack on the colonies, you were on a mission with Admiral Adama.
Torons were drilling for Tillium ore on a moon that was too close to the Cylon armistice line. Torons must have seen us coming because they ambushed him.
Bird is down. Request rescue.
Battlestar transmission acquired.
Oh, wait. Oh.
So what did you do?
They let him go.
I made a bad call.
Because he was over the line.
His ship was gone. No distress call. He was dead, so I left.
Could you both give us a moment, please?
A year before the attack.
So you're gonna tell me what really happened?
You're gonna have to trust me on this one, okay? It's my mess.
I don't think that's good enough this time. I mean, obviously you could hear him on the radio. All right, what are you up to? And what ship are you on right now? What time period is this? Is this...
Fire.
Oh, wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, Gaius is not having too difficult a time at the moment. Whoa.
Daniel Novacek just escaped from POW cell on a Cylon base ship.
Oh, are you here to talk to your friend or to your XO?
Yes.
Last time I checked, I was neither. This is gonna be a little complicated for you, isn't it, Admiral? You gonna tell him what you did?
I did what I had to do.
Tell him. He's gonna find out.
How, Colonel?
Go away.
It's Daniel.
It's really you.
It's nice for Ty, probably, to have somebody who hasn't been there, just remembers him as he was.
So,
hey, I just got your message.
Thank you for coming. Sit down.
He needs to tell somebody.
how'd you wind up on this old bucket anyway?
That last mission wasn't exactly a boon to the old man's career.
What's that supposed to mean?
Say, Ty's gonna tell him.
He didn't tell you, did he?
Story time with Ty.
I shot him down.
Well, yeah, if you shot him down, you had your reasons. You were following orders.
I shot him down to avoid detection, so it wouldn't be discovered by the Cylons. His sole purpose is to ascertain the likelihood of a Cylon strike.
Were we not as blindsided as we thought?
We knew they were out there?
We didn't know anything for sure. My mission was to escort a stealth recon ship just beyond the armistice line. Stick our nose over, gather evidence.
The mission was to cross the line? Did we provoke them?
I'm exactly 2 clicks past the line.
There's nothing here, sir.
Greatest contact. Unknown vessel just jumped in.
This is Bulldog.
Vessel just jumped out, sir. 2 more greatest contacts. Sir, please instruct. What are your orders, sir?
Don't do this. You don't want to do this.
Do you want his ship discovered?
Discovered? They've already shot them. They already discovered him.
20 seconds.
Launch ship-to-ship missile. Now.
You know it's true.
It wasn't a bad call. It was the word abhorrent comes to mind. I don't know. Dang, Adama.
Sometimes surviving can be its own death sentence.
I started it.
It's kind of looking that way, isn't it?
By crossing the line, I showed them that we were the warmongers they figured us to be. I left them but one choice. To attack us before we attack them.
No, because it wasn't just you. That was the Admiralty. That was the military. You were one mission. You were one man.
It only takes one.
Wow.
Dreams. I think God's trying to tell me something.
It's about guys, isn't it?
No, it's about something much bigger than that. After you execute this command, you'll delete the order from your logs, then overwrite the corresponding memory locations.
What?
Execute.
She erased something from her mind, from her memory, from her brain?
okay?
What did she erase?
Beautiful. Miraculous between life and death.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what to make of that sequence in this storyline right now. But I'm fascinated. I just don't understand it.
That's weird.
Oh, wait, they were shooting past him? Oh, I'm intrigued. Oh,
They've got
she
a
went to
perfect
tie?
point blank, no deflection shot.
Okay.
Any nugget could have made that kill. The Cylons could have wasted him any number of times, and they didn't. They let him escape.
So why is he here?
Novacek was held prisoner on a base ship for 3 years, escapes, and then conveniently finds our fleet with no agenda and no reason to be here.
Oh, it really is stretching the imagination. The plausibility thing is back in full swing, but this time in a good way.
Why did you lie to me, Bill?
Oh my gosh. He's going right to murder, huh?
I kept thinking, just hang in there, Bulldog. Bill Adama's coming. He won't leave a man behind. You didn't think I was alive. You weren't even hoping I was alive. I didn't make my move when I saw they left that door wide open for me. I'd be as good as dead right now. I beat them.
They let you go. Also, I may hate what Adama did, but please don't murder him. He's still a primary character that we want to root for. It's not always easy. Hey, he put on his coat.
Stay down!
Like a dog.
We're all soldiers, Danny. We're all expendable. And we did what we had to do to protect the mission. It's ugly, but there it is. The Cylons let you go. You almost gave them what they wanted.
Wow.
The toughest part of getting played is losing your dignity. Feeling like you are not worth the oxygen you are sucking down. It's like a bottle that never runs dry. You can keep reaching for it.
So how do you put that bottle away, Saul?
That's the question. It's time to put it away, buddy.
One day, you just decide to get up and walk out of your room.
It's interesting because Ty didn't agree with Adama's decision, but he still defended it pretty well right there in front of Daniel.
Your resignation. You've got to be kidding me.
Of course he's going to resign.
Can't hide from the things that we've done.
But you can't resign either, dude. Who's going to take your place, Bill?
I think you're being naive. Did it ever occur to you that the Admiralty may have set you up to provoke a war they wanted? It's naive to think that horrible things that we can't understand have simple explanations. Because simple explanations make us feel like we have control when we don't. We did 1,000 things, good and bad, every day for 40 years to pave the way for those attacks. You seem hell-bent on paying some kind of penance. So instead of resigning, why don't you get up and walk out of here and let me pin a frickin' medal to your chest?
Please.
It's for them. Stand up there, acknowledge your fleet, and give them what they need. A hero. That'll be your penance.
This is a harder penance to pay. To receive something that you know you don't deserve, or at least feel like you don't deserve. That would destroy me. Give the speech again from the miniseries about making sure we're a people who deserve to survive.
You forgot something.
Oh, yeah.
I can't.
Once a pilot, always a pilot, Bulldog.
I sure hope we see him again.
Yes, sir.
What a fascinating episode. Ugh. This one set my mind going bunch of different directions.
I heard you want a medal.
They give them up for anything these days.
You want one?
You want to tell me what happened to Helen?
You have to. You have to talk about it, Ty.
I can use a drink here.
No one's surprised by that part. Well, this is a step. It's a big step. Oh no, we're zooming out. We're not going to get to hear the conversation. Let's assume that he opens up and he tells Adama. Really good episode on the whole. I still don't fully know what exactly did Deanna or number 3 delete from her memory. That actually was really confusing to me. Maybe when I go to edit, it'll make sense and I'll see something I missed. But right now, I'm scratching my head a little bit like, huh? This show does gray better than any show I've ever seen. And there's times when I really like it because I find it really intriguing and really interesting to think about. And there's times when I don't really care for it when we have to watch characters that we love and we want to root for make decisions that we don't personally agree with. And that's just going to be the nature of this show, right? You can't have a show where people make hard, difficult decisions. A lot of times where really it's great. Like, is there a right answer? I'm not always sure. And this is a time when I like it and I don't like it kind of at the same time. I kind of like the idea what they presented here with heroes. And obviously Adama's the hero of the show, but they very much presented it here like we're lifting him up as a hero at a time, especially when it's coming to light that, you know, he's not perfect. He's made bad decisions. I mean, that's his words. That is very much understating the decision that he made, which was the wrong decision. And again, I don't know, putting yourself in his shoes and listening to Colonel Ty, maybe from a war standpoint, to make sure the Cylons don't catch wind and then attack us because of the wrong thing that we did. Maybe it was the right military strategic decision. I don't know. I'm not a military strategist, and I don't want to be. I'd much rather think about the people. I'd much rather think about the individuals involved. And like, man, it's crazy to think that Adama ordered the Valkyrie to shoot Bulldog down instead of trying to pull him out of there. I know there was only 20 seconds before the Cylons would have made it to the ship. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at that point, like, they knew he was there, and it would have escalated into a firefight. And so, I don't know. You tell me if Adama made the right decision there or not, but it feels slimy. It feels wrong. It feels icky. And someone, I said we're all getting covered in ick at the end of the first episode of this season. And forgive me for not knowing who, but someone said, like, that's war. Yeah, that's accurate. It's not something anyone should feel good about. And it leads to making difficult choices. And I know Adama has said, you know, you shouldn't second guess your choices, because you've made them and you can't just destroy yourself over them. But I mean, this one came back to haunt him in a very major way. And of course he wanted to resign because it's difficult to live when you've made hard choices and you come to find out that maybe they weren't the right choice, or I don't know. Or you come to find out that even if you thought it was the right choice, you come to find out that it put a man you actually do care about in imprisonment by the Cylons for 3 years. But instead of resigning, he got a medal. That's his penance, to be uplifted as a hero for the fleet, because the fleet needs heroes. The fleet needs something to look up to. The fleet needs some kind of hope to hold on to, because if the people in leadership, and I mean, I guess you could argue here, like, what is the right thing to do? How is the right way to display the fleet, right? Because on one hand, like, we want real people to look up to. It's nice to have real people who are actual heroes that we can look at and be like, wow, that person makes the right choices. That person is someone I can always count on and always depend on. And when you find out, oh no, that person is actually fallible, that person makes mistakes, it can be a really difficult thing. And that's real. And maybe it's, obviously we shouldn't publicize the mistakes that Adama's made in the past. We shouldn't replace the medal ceremony with a, hey, let me tell you about all his wrongdoings. But is it right to, I don't know. This one has me spiraling, and I love that about this show. And let me just say this: the plot and the story of the episode was just so good. The plot and the story was top tier. I loved how they introduced this character. I loved how they told the story. I love how they used this to show and reveal a bit of backstory for Adama. At this point in the show, it's a really hard thing to do, and I thought that they did it incredibly well. Carl did a great job in the role as well. He was acting all around, just an incredible performance from him in this. Honestly, it was a pretty difficult role. The lying about the illness that they had, the way it slipped out that they left the door open for him, the way Starbuck discovered they were shooting past him, all of it was so well plotted and so well just developed, and how the story unfolded was really, really, really good. So I'll just leave it at that. I still don't understand the Diana part of the story. So if someone wants to explain it to me, if it's not a spoiler for something in the future, that would be great. honestly, I just didn't get that. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, subscribe, and early access for the next 5 episodes are already here on YouTube if you want to join as a channel member. And we're actually over on Patreon with our full-length reactions. We're going to be wrapping up Season 3 next week. So if you want to watch the rest of the season, the full episodes, you can do that over on Patreon. In the meantime, just thank you for being here and watching this with me here on YouTube. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.